Hello, everyone. Welcome to my open source office hours. I'm Jay, and I'm here to just talk about open source with you for a little bit while doing basically my normal job. As always, this is brought to you by G Research. I really appreciate working at G Research. They enable me to do cool stuff like these live open source software office hours, but the real cool thing is getting to work on open source full time. So I'm happy about that. If you're around the chat, feel free to jump in and say hello. If you've got any questions, I'm happy to stop and answer those at any point. But for now, I'm just going to jump into what my normal job is, which is so okay, let's get going. So what I'm working on today is I'm looking at basically continuation from the last episode of soft hours. I haven't picked this up since then, so this is what I'm working on. It's going to be looking at continuing the implementation for the shard key database layer. So I'm going to go ahead and open that spec up again so that I have it here. I'll be able to look at it and ensure that I'm implementing it properly. So let's just look at a diff off. Um, we added shard key to the DB API. We went ahead and added an Alembic migration, which will create the shards table. And add the shard key column to node and index it. So this is actually tied to that PyDoc for above where we make it where it's a searchable field. We added it to our objects here. And yeah, we went ahead and added all the documentation about the fact that they exist. So this is what we got going on. And now we have to keep going. I think the next thing, like maybe the next best thing for me to work on would be writing validate that I'm correctly doing my my migration. Let's have a look. Let's see. It's around here somewhere. It's test migrations somewhere in that realm. All right. Gotta find the test. It's gonna be like migration, something like that. Units, DB. It looks like we keep getting disconnected from the stream. All right. Yeah, this is unfortunate. It seems to just keep hiccuping. And there's no evidence that my network's messing up, so I'll have to look at that further. It's only really happening when sending to you. Yeah, I can't. I don't know what's really going on. Oh, well, that would be the problem then, wouldn't it? Thing. All right, let's see. I switched it back to HLS. I changed it to HLS the other day because it gave me better recordings. Um, and I don't know how that setting got reverted, but hopefully that'll keep me connected and steady. And I'm just gonna try to come back over here and focus on this. Please send me a DM on IRC or something if there's any connection issues that y'all see. But for now, I just got to keep going. So, all right, gonna go to test migrations. Let's see, DB SQL Alchemy test migrations.py. All right, yeah. So one of the cool things about this is you've got my SQL tests in here. Like by default, the tests only run under SQL Alchemy for SQLite. For this kind of change, you also want them to run under MySQL as well. So we're gonna have to set up an OpenStack MySQL database, and I usually do that with Docker. It's honestly not too bad. So figure it out. So let's get here and let's find test. Let's see. The bottom of this, there's a lot of tests here, which is fine because that's what it should be testing. Okay. Okay. Great. Copy this. Paste it there. One space. That migration I added. What were the first numbers of it? There it is. There's the revision number. Again, I expect that I'll end up rebasing this before it lands, and that number could change. 7766 E. Okay, so this is going to be shards. You get table shards. Column name for column. Our expected column names are going to be shard key count last updated. Oh, well, it helps if I put both of my quotes in there, but there we go. Okay. All right, so this is going to be just asserting that everything's the right type. So I'll say assert as instance. Shards.c.shardkey.type. And I'll make sure it's a string. Okay. I'll need two more of those. Whoop. We'll need two more of those. This one's not going to be shard key. This one's going to be count. Make sure that this is an integer. This is going to be shards.c.last updated. And this is going to be a date time. I'm going to be honest, I'm not 100% expecting this to pass. If it does, it'll be bonus, but we're just going to see. So let's go over here. Let's get ourselves a second window going. That's exactly the command I need. Oh, I do have Docker set not to start on boot because this is a laptop. So like if I'm traveling or something, I don't necessarily want to be running lots of container stuff. But oh, hey. There we go. Got to remove the existing one, create a new one. SQL-u root-p. H27001. What's that password again? No, was that not? Oh, the password was actually just okay. Oh, yeah, that helps. Gotta remember how to set this up. It is in here, tools, test setup. Okay, there we go. Create user, OpenStack CI test at sent, identify by OpenStack CI test, grant all privileges on star.star to OpenStack CI test at percent with grant option bang. Okay. Set default storage engine equals my ISAM. Drop database if it OpenStack CI test. Create database OpenStack CI test character set UTF-8. Okay. All right, so we should have our test database now. I think I can do this. I don't remember if it wants a file name or a test path, but we'll figure it out. All right. Come on, come on, come on, pass! Pass the test. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's say models and migration scripts aren't in sync. So I have So let's open up the migration. Let's look at it. This is the same thing that I had to help people with the other day. Hopefully I can figure it out myself here now. I've had a little bit of experience solving this kind of failure, so hopefully I can bring that to bear. Hate these. It's always so hard to find what you're looking for. Shard key. There we go. Date time, last updated, SA date time, nullable faults. That looks correct to me. I'll just look real quick at our diff here and see where the other files are. Okay, BC clock me API. Date time, nullable fault. Yeah, something's definitely afoot here. I just don't know what it is. That's funny because Jacob just pushed changes for his stuff, which is now not broken, and mine is not broken in the same way. Come help me, Jacob. Just put up the bat signal or something. All right, so let's look. Test mic. Let's see. Let's get this Joker failing again. Bet it'll fail in the same way, but we'll see. Unindent does not match indent. Oh, yikes. Yeah, I agree. That's definitely not valid Python. Good job, Python. You know what's valid, you or not. All right. All right. I don't understand why it's so angry. So like wait, column version. Version? What the hell does it want version for? Hell? Okay, so all of these just have versions in them as well. It must just be because of SQL Alchemy adding a version type to it or something. I'm just going to add version to this. That doesn't work. I'm going to go look at Jacob's change because I think that might really show me what it is. Well, at least that tells me that. That is actually not bags. At least now I know that I'm not crazy. I'm not getting something I don't really expect there. That's kind of good. But I'm going to come look at Jacob's change and see if I can do a little bit of pattern matching and figure out why his is good and mine isn't. Like, basically, I need to answer the question of, like, what has he modified that I haven't modified yet? And that's probably what's going on. And we'll figure it out. Did release mappings. Well, no, did I do release mappings? No, because I didn't need an RPC object for this. I don't think. So node inventory puts a version in the table, length of 15. They reference that here? No, it's not in the model. Okay, so version is in the migration and it's not referenced anywhere else except for the test in the model. That would explain the error that I'm having here. Oh, crap, what'd I do? Oh, wrong button. Okay, I do that a lot with this. All right, so let's get this. Well, hold on. I don't really want them side by side. There we go. We'll just make that one big. So now we're going to go here. SA.column version, the string of length 15, I think it was. Length 15. I don't think it should be nullable. Oh, yeah, it is nullable. Okay, so you're totally nullable there, buddy. The other thing that's interesting is the created at and updated at are at the beginning. I'm going to move this here, and I'm going to call it updated at, because that, I think, actually matches a lot more of what I'm going to use. It'll mean I'll have to come through and fix some of these tests. Oh, that's not an underscore. That's the reason it's so angry. Okay, just a second. I think there's also a model I need to update somewhere. It. Okay, so that is in right around line 470 in DB models. Around line 470 in DB models. Updated at. Save. Let's see if that test passed now. On. Oh, I saw a trace back. That's not a good sign. Eh? I get updated at for free as well? I guess so. There's so much stuff about this that I clearly don't understand, but that's fine. That's why I'm doing this. I'm trying to learn. Yeah. I know you can't test Postgres. That's fine. Oh. Oh, I gotta add the created at to that too, don't I? Okay, I can do that. Let's actually reorder this a little bit. Just for my sanity, I want it to be in the same order it's on in the migration. That just make it easier for me to think about it. Sometimes I just have no idea what these buttons do. My poor little laptop over here, it sounds like it's about to lift up off of the ground. Between encoding the stream and running all these tests. Oh, it failed again. No way. No way. That's so unfortunate. It's got to be close. Is created at nullable? Yeah, I guess they are all nullable. That's so weird to me. I guess it's probably something to do with the timing of when the automatic update happens for those, that maybe at create time it's not there and it's immediately updated or something. I don't really know. I don't know why they have to be non-nullable, but figuring it out as I go, and hopefully now we'll see it pass. If we see it pass, that'll be a really good milestone because it'll mean that this change might be ready to go. No. But I said it wasn't nullable. Oh, I shouldn't put these in here at all because I get them for free. Yeah? Maybe. Yes! Success! Okay, perfect. Woo! All right, so again, I'm going to use Jacob's example to make sure I've got everything. Now, one big difference is that I'm pretty sure for the purposes of his example, that the node inventory table will at some point need to get passed back to a conductor. Oh no, the shards table is going to need that too, because that's going to need to be scaffolding that's there for the purposes of the okay. Okay. Yes. Okay, so when we create the periodic table, which is going to populate that shards table, is basically going to do like a big query that just gets the count of nodes that have a given shard key. That's going to require a periodic task from the conductor, which means that this table I just created, this shards table, is going to have to be objectified so that it can be passed back. So we're going to figure out how to do that here. I'm gonna have to go through all this and create it. And so I'm gonna need release mappings. I'm gonna need all that stuff. So let's just use this. That I like using patterns. I like doing copy paste a little bit sometimes. I know that people talk about that with a little bit of disdain, but I don't think it's that bad to copy paste. If someone else is smart and has already figured out how to do something, then why the hell should I figure out how to do it too? Right? Like, and that way it all ends up looking more close to the same and stuff anyway. That makes life a little bit easier. Ironic common release mappings. Release mappings. We got it. So what this allows for rolling upgrades. So the idea is that you have a version of your software. In this case, I'm just updating master because I'm committing it to master. And this like sets the object versions. That way, for instance, you can figure out the best RPC version and use that so that you can do rolling upgrades. The whole hell of a lot of scaffolding that's there just to make it so that people can upgrade without interruption. Now, sometimes don't think that people have a node inventory. This is shards. I don't know if people are always appreciative of that. I'm also going to have to update the node model, so I think this is going to change node to 137. Is there a comment in here or anything? No, okay, no comments in here. That should be the tricks. I bumped both of those. Let's see what else he's got. Gonna need something like this probably for shards. But I'm gonna punt this for now. Where do I want to write this down? Let's just get a gedit window up and let's do shards. To do, let's say ironic db api.py add abstract db methods for shard. There's the Olympic revision. We have that. Ironic db SQL alchemy.py. DB implementation for shards. Okay, I'd rather not write that code now, so I'm just going to keep going. Okay, I already have this one written, right? I already have my SQL Alchemy model. Yep. Okay. Did it update nodes? Okay, good. I did add it. Added it properly. Go me. Okay. So an ironic objects under init pi. We need to import the shard object. Okay, so this is more what I was looking for. This is okay, so that'll be a new file that I have to create for shards, okay? Test migrations I've already done. I'll obviously write those when I have to. More testing utils. Testing, more testing. Okay. So it looks like I've got 4 major pieces left to do. So we're going to do them. So let's get going. All right. There we go. I opened it up my laptop a little bit. The thing is steaming hot and is making loud noises. So, all right. Ironic objects. Okay. You see, we got all these. I need to create one for shards. Trying to think of what might be a good example to use. Um, I'm actually use node history as the base, I think. Copy paste that to shards.py or shard.py since all these are. Yep. Okay, gotta identify the fields again. Are all of these nullable in every case? The nullable true, nullable true, nullable true. If I look at this, oh, that's not what I want to look at. If I want to look at something like this, okay, so it just doesn't set nullable if it's not nullable. That actually makes sense, and that's why this looks that way. Okay, I dig it now. The shard key is there. I'm going to have count, which is an integer field, which is nullable. That is all I got to do with that. I don't think I want to get one for this, do I? I need to go comment this on the spec because I'm a little confused now. I need to go look at the spec and see if we should have a get one for this or not. I'm going to look and see REST API impact, get v1 shards. There is no get v1 shards flash bleh. Doesn't exist. So we're just going to toss that out. We're not going to worry about that at all. And we're instead just going to do Get rid of this. Don't know if I can keep that gotten rid of forever, but that certainly is the route I'm taking to start with, at least. Okay. Oh, so the DB API has to exist for this. Of course it does. That makes perfect sense. Okay. Got it. I understand how things have to be ordered now. This is obvious now to me, but it was not obvious before. Go look at our gedit. Yeah, this is what I have to do. I have to add these. So let's go to DB API Pi. DB API Pi. There we go. Thank you. Okay. Abstract method. This is going to be like get shard list. They're listy ones here. Yeah, okay. So it just has basically the same args. This thing is just angry about me using Python based type strings, not actual type hints, which is fair. I probably could use type hints, but we don't do that too much in Ironic yet, and I don't want to kind of take on all of that right now. This literally doesn't have to do anything. Okay, got it. That's literally all I have to write. Okay. This is shards equal class.dbapi dot get shard list limit equals limit, marker is marker, sort key is sort key, and sortdir is sortdir. Huh. So, kind of think about this. If the use case for this table is going to be that they're only updated by a periodic task, then I feel like, is that an implementation detail or is that a real thing? So, like, here's what I'm wondering is like, it almost occurs to me that with the way this is going to be arranged, I think we're going to have shards. I'm trying to think if we have to replace essentially the whole contents of the table atomically. Like, are we going to have a method, periodic task, where a periodic task is going to return the entire contents of the shards table, or is it going to be counting up for individual shards? That kind of seems like an implementation detail, but I don't feel like I can do this without knowing for sure. So what I think I'm going to do here is I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to look at the clock and see. I've got 8 minutes left, so I do have to figure it out. I can't punt it until after lunch. Let's see. Are there any other tables that have similar semantics to this? Where it really is only updated. I don't really think so. I'm asking some folks in Ironic IRC if they're around because I have a question. So I think that's actually a good point to call it stops here. So let's reflect on what we've done. So last time on office hours, we started from zero and we got a mostly working database table model and migration in place. Today, we went ahead and used unit tests to make sure that that model was correct. It wasn't. We debugged a bit. We got it fixed. And now we started going down the path of creating the Debian object layer. And right now this is a part of the code I'm not super familiar with, so I'm trying to figure it out. And oftentimes the best way to figure stuff like that out is to just ask a person who knows better than you. I'm lucky in that I have 2 or 3 different things to juggle, so I'm probably going to set this aside for a little bit and hopefully get that question answered before moving forward. Um, and we'll figure it out. I mean, this is how it goes. So yeah, we'll see, and hopefully it'll be done next time at office hours. If I've got this done and I've got it put up, I'll at least run through the PR so that folks can see it. But if you're watching this video or you've tuned in live, thank you very much for watching. Again, I do want to mention this is all brought to you by G Research. They're my employer. They enable me to work on open source software full time, even doing the little things that sometimes get neglected in open source, like say being very open and having streams where people can come ask questions. So, um, if you hear them around, you see our patches up on OpenStack somewhere, just be extra kind. Thank you, everyone, and I will see you again. I'm here. I'll be back here Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which I think is like UTC 2300. So